What a goof.
Starting with Antoine Sims, who called police complaining that his McDonald's fries were cold. But when police ran a check, they realized he was actually a wanted murderer on the run.
Okay, so to me, this falls in the same category. As big time drug dealers that want to show off their money, that want to show off their cars, that want to open up the safe and let everybody see, right? I'm against that, right? It's annoying. You setting yourself up. It's the same thing. It's the same thing if you're hiding from a murder charge and you've been on the run, successfully on the run, and you get into a situation at McDonald's where your fries are cold and you create a situation that brings the police that you might have called, but you fighting a murder case, but you worried about you running from a murder case, but you worried about these French fries. You're a fool. You're a fool. You wanted to get caught. You were the dude returning to the scene of the crime. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit just don't make sense to me. I'm on the run for a murder. I don't want no problems with nobody. I want to be the most low key. Nobody needs to talk about me. Nobody needs to know where I'm at, what I'm doing, none of that. So, you're a fool. Sims was charged in the murder of a woman in Johns Creek at Elisa Muratovich in 2018. Her body was found inside a burning car. Police were searching for 3 people in connection with her murder. Sims ran from police and was later captured by U.S. Marshals in Wisconsin because of his cold fries.
They realized who called police embarrassingly fast arrests in police hit.
Just asked him, can we get some fresh fries? Okay. He said, okay, the fries are not hot. Touch the fries. I said, no, they're not hot. And at this point, you don't touch them, so, yeah, can I just get a fresh set? I said, can I also get the receipt? That was 5 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, sir. 5 minutes ago, I can run my store however I want to run my store. Okay.
So this dummy thought that just because you call the cops don't mean that they're not going to ID you and look you up and see what you got coming. Like, what you thought, you was immune because you made the call over these fries? You tweak.
He said, matter of fact, you can leave my property. Get off my property now.
After talking to the cop, the store manager tells him that he's happy to give him a refund as long as he never steps foot in his store again. But as the detective ran Antoine's name through the system, he discovered the last thing he expected on such a simple call.
Wanted person, caution, violence, armed and dangerous.
There was an arrest warrant out for murder on the very same guy that called the police
Dumb
in the first
ass.
place.
Look at him. Dumb ass. Cold McDonald's fries, Bentleys, billboards, babies. Like, we're doing too much. The world deserves it. The Joker was right. The world deserves a better class of criminal.
It turns out Antoine had been arrested after setting a car on fire with a woman still inside, but failed to show up to court to enter his final plea. Miraculously, though, he decided to lead the police right to him. All the cops had to do was take him down.
What an
Just come over here.
idiot.
I'm gonna have you sign this real quick.
I said, I'm not under arrest.
No, you're not. Fill this part out.
Can I see it, sir?
Yeah. Will you come over here, man?
No, I'm afraid of y'all, sir.
Why are you afraid?
He already feeling it.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it out.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it. Am I
All right.
arrested?
Yeah. Come on.
No, let's meet him.
Oh, cop ate it.
Why are you doing that? Yeah. Will you come over here, man?
No, I'm afraid of
I'm
y'all.
afraid of
Why are you
y'all.
afraid?
3 years, sir.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it out.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it. Am I
All right.
arrested?
Yeah. Come on.
No, let's meet him.
And the cop eats it.
Car. Got him!
Got your dumb ass.
Contact, backside!
The officer managed to get in range of Antoine and stunned him, allowing them to apprehend him very easily and very quickly. Antoine was charged with murder, criminal trespass.
Cold fries. You wanted to be there. That's my only. You wanted to be there, dog. Cold fries. You gonna tell me that setting a car on fire with a woman in it done fell off your conscience so quick that some cold fries made you call the police when they told you to get your ass out of there? That's crazy.
And hindering law enforcement, and thrown in jail, ensuring he'd never be able to escape again. Antoine definitely was old enough to know better, but the suspects in this next case
What
were...
a fool. That's a fool right there. That's a fool right there. Cold fries. You're going to wish you had those cold fries. You're going to wish. Murder charge, criminal trespass, Hindering the
and
law.
thrown in jail, ensuring he'd never be able to escape again.
French
Antoine
fry.
definitely was old enough to know better, but the suspects in this next case weren't
wasn't
even old
old
enough to
enough
be
to
in
know
high
better. He was
school.
dumb.
On April 11th, 2022, police received reports of a car stolen from Bayshore Mall. An hour later, an officer spotted the vehicle and lit it up before it immediately floored it and a chase began.
Gone.
They have 2 flat tires on the driver's side. They're going. Wrong lanes in the traffic again.
Began.
They have 2 flat tires on the driver's side. They're going wrong lanes in the
These
traffic
kids
again.
are wilding. You already blew out the 2 tires.
Coming up to heavy traffic.
You're on the other side of the street.
All right, we are east on Bender. Back in pursuit. We're on the wrong, or on the correct lanes to travel. East on Bender, approaching the parkway.
Earlier, the police managed to hit the vehicle with a stop stick, a device used to puncture the tires of a fleeing vehicle and slow it down. The officers managed to confirm it hit 2 of the car's tires, but the driver isn't slowing down, even after the car started to literally fall apart.
Their car is falling to pieces right now. They just lost their back tire and their last back bumper. Coming up to a red
What is
light
it, Beamer?
at Bender.
Deteriorating Beamer?
Nearly missed the vehicle, slid out of control.
Okay, they did the spinneroo. Time to go. They bailing.
The vehicle spins out right as a second patrol car converges on them, but the suspects ditch the car and flee on foot. In total, 7 people leave the car, but both
Damn.
officers decide to chase down the driver, who ran to the left.
We are running behind the 8. Northbound. Police! Stop! I'm releasing the dog! Driver.
Where's the dog at?
Male, red sweater.
Throughout the chase, though, officers radioed in the locations of other suspects, allowing more officers to try finding and arresting all 7 suspects.
7.
Get on the f***ing ground! Get on the f***ing ground! Get down! Get down!
He ain't getting down. We're going to put him down.
Obvious-
Listen here, man. Y'all out here in these Crocs. You can't fight in no Crocs. You can't run in no Crocs. You can't do none of it in no Crocs, man. You say, oh, the old head hating on the Crocs. Now I'm hating on your lack of being prepared with your dumb ass. Running in no Crocs. Outside in slippers and shit. Slides.
Honestly, this girl doesn't exactly look dressed for a high-speed pursuit, and as officers would quickly find out, she was just 13 years
13.
old. One by one, all 7 suspects from the car were quickly captured and arrested.
All 3, out! Let's go!
Despite the arrests not being instant, the cops did an incredible job at tracking, capturing, and arresting 7 separate suspects at once in record time. After they were all rounded up, it became clear that all the suspects were children under the age of 16, with the youngest being just 12. They also admitted that the entire reason for stealing a car and escaping the cops was for a TikTok challenge.
That's some
It's a
dumb
miracle
shit.
these kids didn't injure
Social media got y'all. Y'all got it all.
themselves or anyone else on the road. Many people could have died if the driver had just simply fallen asleep at the wheel, just as professional football player Marshawn Lynch did.
That was a
Literally asleep at
dumbass
the wheel or
segue.
anyone else on the road.
If he fall-
Many
if
people
he
could
fell
have died
asleep
if the
at the
driver
wheel.
had just simply fallen asleep at the wheel,
That
just
wouldn't
as
happen.
professional football player Marshawn Lynch
He
did.
pulled it over.
Literally.
Still sleeping?
Cops found Marshawn sleeping in his car that was in undrivable condition. The front side wheel had no rim or tire, and both the passenger side tires were about to fall off.
Nice car.
Officers could smell alcohol inside the vehicle, and given the state of both Marshawn and his car, had to assume that he'd been driving under the influence, had an accident, and fallen asleep at the wheel. However, the officers couldn't investigate any further if he didn't get out of the car, which Marshawn refused to do.
You're going to be charged with obstructing an investigation. That is a criminal offense, and you will go to jail. What kind of obstruction? Yeah, we're not going to.
Kind of
Not
obstruction.
different kinds. There's only one kind. Failing to obey a command by an officer or lawful order is obstructing. So this is your last chance. Step out of the vehicle for us.
Everything is understandable.
Okay, step out, please.
All I'm asking is, why will I not be pulled out?
Why would I not be pulled out?
Go to get on your stomach. Roll over. He does smell like alcohol.
Oh, I do smell it.
Yep.
At least Marshawn won't be charged with resisting arrest, as he probably went down easier than anyone ever shown on this channel. Tests showed Marshawn's blood alcohol level was twice the legal limit, and he's facing charges of DUI and driving an unregistered vehicle. Somehow, though, this bank robber managed to go down even quicker. The cops were so well prepared, he didn't even have a chance to resist. In July of 2023, Ohio police received a break-in alarm from a nearby bank. Upon arriving at the scene, there were no apparent signs of a break-in, but after looking a little closer, officers saw a flashlight beam shining through the ceiling. They positioned themselves where they thought he would try and escape from, and waited for him to come to them.
They foiled your plan. Right into the trash. He said, oh.
Get out right there. Hands behind your back.
As the robber fell through the ceiling, he was greeted by two officers pointing their weapons directly at him and fell directly into the trash.
Bruh,
Despite the severity of the crime, though, this robber was only arrested once and likely spent a long time in jail. Devin Whitmere, however, managed to get himself caught
so y'all don't know who that was? That was some Scooby-Doo shit that went down right there. Buddy landed right in the trash can.
24 times, with this being the fastest. On May 13th, a patrol officer found Devin hanging around some houses in his local area where he would try an unusual strategy to avoid another arrest.
Is it Whitmire? Yeah. What's that? Devin? Tevin. Go on, do you recognize me?
No, sir.
Do you have ID on you? Because I know you have a twin. Did you talk to somebody over across from Lee Garden about a couple days ago?
1837.
No? Do you have ID on you?
Pulling the twin move.
Devin claimed to actually be his twin brother Tevin, but this did not fool officers for long, as his tattoos were a dead giveaway. So given he has a warrant out, the police tell him they're going to arrest him, something Devin wasn't happy about at all.
Okay, well, can y'all back up so I can get my gun off?
Where's your gun at?
Don't worry about what I'm saying.
No.
If y'all,
Relax. We're not gonna break the gun off.
No, that's what I'm telling you.
I know. Hey.
Bruh.
Hey, y'all weak as fuck. Oh, this is fun. Put your hands behind your back.
Well, I mean, because he told them back up so I could get my gun out. Then they said, where's your gun? And he said, y'all.
After a short struggle involving pushing and spitting, Devin was on the ground and handcuffed just a minute after being correctly identified as their suspect. Devin continued to struggle until he was placed into a patrol car, but it ultimately amounted to nothing other than adding an extra charge of resisting arrest to his already long list. By far the most dramatic and quick arrest, though, has to be that of Taylor Williams, who managed to turn such a simple request into something much more serious.
Y'all are racist as hell. Y'all didn't do shit.
Police were called to a house party over a trespassing investigation. This is where they met Taylor, who explained how after some
This looks like the same place that the Anything is Possible story happened. With the baby and the screaming sister and the friend, and everybody was drunk.
Agreements.
Not the baby.
The owner kicked her out.
Hell, y'all didn't do shit.
Police were called to a house party over a trespassing investigation. This is where they met Taylor, who explained how after some disagreements, the owner kicked her out of the party. This sounds like some regular teenage drama, but soon it became obvious exactly why she was asked to leave.
There was no fight that happened tonight?
No.
Okay. Monkey, did you go talk to the other security guard?
I don't care. The security guards are racist. I don't get no fuck what they say. They gonna say shit against me because I don't live here.
Okay.
That Mexican ass bitch right there. I was trying to talk. I don't care.
I know, but here's the thing.
I don't care.
You don't want to be causing a scene with everyone.
I am because y'all not listening to me because y'all not gonna do nothing. Because the last time we got into an altercation, y'all didn't do nothing.
What am I doing right now?
Damn.
After arguing with one police officer, she quickly leaves to start drama with more of the people at the event.
And here's the thing, she don't know that they're not going to do nothing, but she brings up the last time to kind of put it in she's trying to will them to not do nothing. It's not going to work, shorty.
Right now, the cops have no immediate reason to press charges. They just want her off the property so things can get back to normal. But when she comes back and refuses to calm down, they have to resort to more serious measures.
Y'all getting on the wrong people. Y'all trying to tell me I'm the bad guy. When you see him cursing me out, but he kept talking to me. But wasn't he calling me a bitch though? Okay, but then you need to ban him. Okay, because he called me a bitch. I don't get no. He's drunk. He's drunk. No, I'm trespassing. He's drunk, and I'm trespassing.
I can tell.
But they let me in that bitch with your drunk ass.
You're outside now.
Look at him.
Ma'am, I'm gonna explain the legal justification to you.
I don't
Security.
get no.
That's it.
Okay, but at the same time, they said that she was here first, and they kept letting her in and
None
out.
of that matters.
Y'all are racist as fuck, and I'm gonna tell. I don't get no fuck. Y'all are racist as hell. Because when I pressed charges, y'all didn't do shit. Y'all let them do
When
whatever
what?
they
Because
want.
when you what?
Racist as hell. Because when I pressed charges, y'all didn't do shit. Y'all let them do whatever they want to do. And y'all let them do coke in that bitch. You gonna arrest me then?
Okay. If you're refusing to leave, that's fine.
I'll leave.
Oh, no. You tweet. Once you give them the I'm not leaving, they're there to take you and hogtie
The
you.
arrest itself didn't last long at all, but it was still enough time for Taylor to snag herself 2 counts of aggravated battery to a police officer.
You should have left a long time ago.